Let's talk for a minute. I am obsessed with getting and giving advice. I can't get enough.
Dear Abby.
Dear Miss Manners.
Dear
Miss Manners.
Dear Abby.
I need your help.
your help.
But sometimes, well, let's be real, a lot of the time, the most popular advice shows and columns leave people like me, people like us, Black, Brown, Indigenous, and Asian folks, out of the conversation.
Is it okay to feel huge, phenomenal, amazing joy when it seems like the rest of the world is burning?
I'm Tanya Mosley. Welcome to Truth Be Told, the advice show you've always wanted.
We need to love women of color more and kind of be more generous.
You are yes, we're giving each other high fives in here over that. If the other shows are telling you how to blend in and behave, we explore how you can be you in a world that doesn't always want you to just fully be. A place where you can laugh, cry, bitch, moan.
Every day I wake up and I'm just like, okay, so how am I going to handle this, or how am I going to do this?
Yep, we all have different experiences in this country, but Truth Be Told is intentional when we say people of color. This show is a place where we meet at the intersection of not only our oppression, but our resilience, allowing us to ultimately discover the truths that lead us all closer to feeling whole.
What would you do if you weren't afraid? When I'm really honest with myself about the answer to that question, that's exactly what I'm supposed to do.
Each week, me and a brilliant special guest will unpack your questions, predicaments, and experiences about race and culture in these United States. Truth be told, we see you, we feel you, we hear you. Hear us anywhere and everywhere you get your podcasts, and click that little subscribe button now so you won't miss a minute.
Click, listen, enjoy.
Hello, welcome to this week's episode. I can't believe we're at episode 11 already. This is crazy. But in this week's episode, it's going to be a long one, so we're going to be here a while. But this is how to stop being negative. I am your host, Erin Gregg, so welcome back. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, hi, I'm Erin, as I just said. But this is how to stop being negative, and I am going to give you 37 habits to stop negativity for good. Thinking negatively is second nature to a lot of us. But has it gotten to a point where others have criticized you for being negative? If so, then this habit can severely hamper your social standing. The truth is, being negative will not get you very far. The more negative you are, the worse you will likely feel. Which, it's just an ugly cycle, okay? We do not want that. If you're worried that your negative attitude is affecting you, then you can start working on these ways to help reverse that. In this podcast, these are going to be the 37 ways that you can implement to stop being negative. But first, let's talk about negativity specifically, okay? How can it hurt both your personal and your professional life? What is negativity? Negativity is an overall attitude that one may have about something, whether it's a problem or not. Negativity refers to a certain way people can see things. It's a label that people can put on what they see and a way of describing one's feelings about what they see. The problem here lies with people's minds. Our minds tend to default to negative and look at things in a negative way first and foremost. Like, people who are skeptical of suggestions tend to reject any advice. While this is used as a survival mechanism, it can be able to find what is wrong in a situation and shield oneself from danger. This is not a healthy way to live life and develop connections with other people. Do you see the glass being half empty or half full? If you tend to think in a positive way, you will see the glass as being half full because you're looking on the bright side of things in life. But if you're seeing the glass being half empty, you're focusing on the weaknesses of the glass rather than its strengths. Whenever a challenge comes up, a negative person will default to predicting a negative outcome before it even happened. Being a negative thinker is often referred to being a pessimist. Where do negative thoughts come from? Like, where do they originate? Negative thoughts are often the product of an established pattern that are related into our belief systems. This could be about a variety of things, okay, such as self-esteem, productivity, finances, relationships, a career, or anything else. If you want to understand where your negative thinking comes from, there are several things that you should consider. Do you find that you complain a lot or are often sarcastic? Do you blame other people and never accept the blame yourself? Learn how to stop being negative at work or anywhere by building these 37 habits to stop negativity for good. There are always that people are skeptical of suggestions and tend to reject any advice. These may be some of the factors that lead to negativity. Some include often criticizing people, being attracted to drama, having a victim mentality, always expecting the worst, feeling depressed, taking things personally, and dwelling on the bad news. One important thing to know is that when you're around negative people, you will become more negative yourself. Negativity tends to be contagious. The effects of negative thinking. When you have negative thoughts, your brain tends to get into fight or flight mode. This stress response was great for when people lived many generations ago and had to be aware of natural predators, but in our current culture, it's not necessary for survival. Having chronic stress is detrimental on people's health, both physically and mentally, and it impacts one's overall well-being, even if that person doesn't realize it. If you live in fear, you may also miss out on possibilities because you're holding yourself back. Constantly being in a negative emotional state can even lead to eating disorders, including both overeating and not eating enough, which are both can further one impact on one's health. This can lead to weight gain or weight loss, and that generally happens quickly and in ways that are harmful to your vital organs. Do you know where negative thinking comes from? Being negative also influences those around you, including your friends, colleagues, family, and children who tend to grow up to be negative people themselves. If you aren't able to see the positive aspects in things, or you feel to have faith or trust in anyone, you are putting yourself at risk for leading an unhappy life. This will cause you to live without any peace of mind because you will just be in a constant state of conflict. We are going to take a little break and then we will be back with the 37 steps to stop negativity in its tracks. And we're back. It is important to stop living with negativity as it can impact your overall health in general, and even with the health of the people around you. Furthermore, if you're constantly thinking in a negative way, people are not going to want to be around you because they will notice how much you tend to bring them down. If you allow yourself to drain your life of joy and happiness, you will be missing out on the best things that life has to offer, and you are just going to wonder how to stop being negative. Let's look at these following steps to make a change. Creating distance. You want to surround yourself with as much as positivity as you can, which will require you to stay away from negative influences. You have the power to pick and choose whom you want to spend your time with. You should consider your options wisely to get the best outcome. The first one is who in your life is negative. Identify the negative people in your life who may be bringing you down. Specifically think about how the people you're spending your time with make you feel. Learn how to stop being negative and how to stop being angry and bitter by just stopping the negativity. Beginning to identify the negative people in your life. Sometimes it may even be yourself. The second one is distance yourself. Put some distance between you and any of your friends, family members, or even colleagues who you think that may be just contributing to your negativity. Limit the amount of time that you spend with them and make sure to monitor your feelings whenever you're around them so that you can know when it's time to leave. The third one is if they are your family, you can simply reduce the time you spend around them. If certain family members show signs of being a toxic person, maybe limit your time with them. Just like holidays, birthdays, especially if you find they are bringing you down on a regular basis. Chances are, if you feel this way about a family member, there are other people in your family who feels the same way. The fourth one is do not feel guilty about cutting negative people from your life. You must do what's best for you. The positive effects this will have in your life will outweigh the negative. The fifth one is do not argue with the negative people or get drawn into their drama. Just decrease the time you spend with them, fade it out, great. Do not engage in problems that are stemming from the negativity. Instead, keep your positive attitude and walk away. Learn how to stop being negative and try and walk away and just breathe and count to 10. And I know that's so annoying, but it does work. Stop yourself from engaging within the negativity of others. The sixth one is like attracts like. If you want to be positive, surround yourself with positive people. They will help you maintain your happiness and make some new positive friends. Not only will they make you feel good, but they will also rub off on you. Remember, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So make sure those people are positive. Try to emulate their positive attitude. When you act positive long enough, you begin to become positive. Take up a new hobby is the 7th one. So find a hobby that other people, positive people enjoy. This way you can meet some like-minded people who enjoy the same things that you are doing. You can use positive affirmations to reframe your thinking and change your attitude about life. Affirmations are short, positive statements that will encourage you to focus on your goals while getting rid of your self-defeating beliefs. The 8th one is reprogram your mind. Here are some examples of affirmation that you can use. I can let go of the small things. I can always find a silver lining. I will start looking at the glass being half full. I am in control. I love that one. I will replace criticism with compliments. Number 9 is adopt an affirmation habit. Take some time every day and repeat 5 to 10 positive affirmations. You can do this how often you feel like, but you need to make it a point to stop at least twice a day to take the time to do this. Replace negative thoughts with positive thoughts. What are some of the negative thoughts that you commonly have? Think about how you can possibly replace these thoughts. Positive ones. Create a positive spin wherever you can. The 10th one is practice replacing negative thoughts with positive. Let's say you always dread waking up in the morning and you don't want to get out of bed. That happens to all of us, okay? Turn that around into looking forward to waking up and start a new day. Think that every day is a brand new start, okay? So just wake up, get your cup of tea or coffee and just be like, okay, I welcome the day. I am here, and literally you will just feel so much better for even taking that step. Just be like, you know what, I'm gonna crush this day. I'm gonna say screw this to the negativity, okay? And the 11th one is recognize when you're falling into the negative thinking patterns. Some signs that you're falling into a negative thought pattern include limiting your thoughts, black and white beliefs without considering anything in the middle. Try to predict the future, making overgeneralizations and even catastrophizing small events. Cultivate a growth mindset to help you overcome negative thinking and improve your life. The 12th one is make the effort. Changing your negative thoughts to positive ones required a conscious effort. To eliminate negative thoughts, you need to recognize them and actively replace them with positive thoughts. This is like replacing former beliefs that do not benefit you with the ones that you want to believe in. Practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude is a huge factor in overall life satisfaction. It is important to realize how grateful you are when things turn around and you just have to stop and appreciate the small things in life. Actively practice gratitude to stop being negative. The 13th one is, or number 13, do this regularly. People who practice gratitude on a regular basis by stopping to reflect upon things that they are thankful for, to have more positive feelings, they get better sleep, they are more compassionate, and they have stronger immune systems. Fun fact. Practice gratitude and learn how to stop being negative towards others. Realizing how grateful you are for the things around you, and that's just amazing in general, because then you get the sense and the feel of life and you're just like, wow, I'm really lucky to be alive. Number 14, remind yourself of what is good in your life. These may be small things, and that's okay, because someone would not likely notice, like pretty flowers that you pass on your commute to work, or the fresh foods that you have to eat, okay? Remind yourself how privileged you are, even if you do not always feel that way. Want to create a daily routine filled with quiet and self-reflection? If so, check out Effortless Journaling, how to start a journal, make it a habit, and find endless writing topics. With this book, you can make the journaling habit a part of your daily routine. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. Okay, the 15th one. Number 15 is get a gratitude journal and write 3 things that you're grateful for every morning. You don't even have to get a journal, just like get a piece of paper and just be like, I'm grateful for the weather, I am grateful for my lungs, I am grateful for productivity, so your gratitude writings could be written on a toilet paper, and the theory behind gratitude will still work. You do not need a fancy gratitude journal, but they do make the process easier. If you start your day off with gratitude, you're setting yourself up to practice gratitude for the rest of the day. It also helps you start your day out in a positive note. Number 16, stop complaining. And I know it's so hard, but it's so good at the same time. So where does complaining get you anyway? Nowhere, nada. So just stop it. Just say screw complaining, screw it. Number 17 is tell someone you love them, whether or not it's someone that you have to say this all the time or someone that you've never said it to before. Go ahead and tell people how that's how you feel, and they will so appreciate it, because it's just nice to hear I love you. And learn how to stop thinking negative thoughts in a relationship. So just let people know that you love them. It's a great feeling, to be honest. Number 18, do not gossip or listen to anyone gossiping. Gossiping is toxic. Britney Spears song tune. Do not get wrapped up in it or involve with other people who enjoy this negativity. Gossiping is the only one of the many bad habits you should break if you want to get rid of the negativity in your life. I love this one. For number 19, say thank you. If someone does something nice for you, no matter how small it is, tell them that you are grateful. If someone holds the door for you or let them go in your lane in a traffic jam, say thank you or give a friendly wave and a smile to show your gratitude. If you want to extend your thanks in a professional setting, write a thoughtful thank you card. Thank you is more than about acknowledging kindness. It makes you feel better and that other person feel better. So it's a win-win situation, and it can even be instrumental in deepening casual relationships. We are nearly there, guys. The number 20 is express yourself. Tell people about the positive feelings that you experience. This will help spread joy in the people who are around you. Take control of your life. Feeling like you're in control is a big factor in staying positive. You realize that you make your own choices and that your life can go however you want it to go. Make your own decisions about what you want to do with your time and who you spend your time with. Number 21. Stop mind reading. I kind of need to work on this one. Okay, so making assumptions and trying to read other people's mind is like the first thing that I tend to do, but that results in acceleration of the fear that it already exists in your mind. Like, you're already thinking what they're trying to think, or what, you know what I mean? So it's like, you're already prejudging, and it can increase your anxiety and lead to a more sense of panic. It is important to remember that your thoughts are only your thoughts. They are not the real circumstance. Finally, never assume that someone is doing or not doing something because of you or something that you did do. Number 22, this is also really difficult for me because I am in this industry and it's something that I see every day. So it's stop watching the news. There is way too much negativity in the news, which is true. Spend your time watching something more uplifting, or better yet, get involved in a hobby, like you mentioned, that makes you happy and gives you a sense of purpose. Number 23 is set goals. Make your goals small but achievable, and then reward yourself whenever you succeed. Having goals is really optimistic because it allows you to continue to have faith and that you will accomplish things that are out of the norm. Number 24 is stop multitasking. Stop multitasking. I had to double think there, but do one thing at a time and do it well. When you try to multitask, you're not doing anything well and you're also wasting your time. Are you just doing a lot of things to get them crossed off your to-do list? If you want to be productive and stay and succeed, pay attention to the one thing at a time. There is a thing called time batching. If you haven't heard of it, it's so great because it basically, say if I wanted to edit and get this podcast done, and I would do all that category first before I move on to the next category. I will do a podcast episode if you're interested in time batching. It's really, 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 really interesting, and I've learned so much about time batching and productivity from that reasons. But anyway, we're getting off topic. Number 25 is do things that have a purpose. When you are finishing doing something and you want to feel like you have accomplished a task, do things that have a purpose, such as volunteering or getting some exercise in. There is a lot of things that you can do to give you a sense of purpose. Number 26 is do not think about the past. So reminiscing is sometimes a great thing, but it's sometimes a bad thing. But it's not a healthy thing to do if you always reconsider the past and be like, oh, I should have done this, or why didn't I do that, So try and live in the moment rather than thinking about the past or worrying about the future. So just focus on one thing at a time. Number 27, get more done. The more productive you are, the better you will feel, and I stand by that because I'm just loving being productive. I missed my routine. I want to be in a great routine. So I literally wake up, have my tea. Well, I brush my teeth first, which people think, what? You brush your teeth as soon as you wake up? Yes, because I do not like bad breath, morning breath. So I get my cup of tea and then I get my workout mat going. And then I have breakfast. Well, I get a shower and then I have breakfast. But do your best to use your time wisely, so that you can be more efficient in the work that you are doing and stop wasting time on the things that you do not benefit your life or lead you to your ultimate goals. I stand by this one. I love this one. And number 28 is rest. Your body needs appropriate rest to rejuvenate itself and recover from the next day. Make sure that you're on a sleep schedule so you're not trying to play catch up while you sleep after a long week. Sundays, I do not set an alarm. I just let my body sleep in. When it needs to wake up, it wakes up. I don't care if it's 2 o'clock. I don't care if it's 4. I just sleep on Sundays because I make sure that I get everything done that needs to be done on Saturday or the past week. So, yeah. Or during the week, I should say. Number 29 is eat healthy.